Thank you for joining us on the Family First Life Health and Wealth podcast. Please like us on all of our platforms at Family First Life Health and Wealth. I hope this information helps you grow and learn. Please share this with everybody you know, all your friends, all your family. We're hiring all across the country. Be well. Welcome, everyone. Episode 27 of the Health and Wealth podcast. My name is Steve Giordano. We are honored today to have live in the studio the president of FFL Longevity, Mrs. Cassandra Carder. How are you today?
I'm doing excellent. So good to be here.
Awesome. Round of applause for all that you're doing, travel, building a team, selling at a high level.
Yeah.
So much we're going to unpack. I'm so excited to have you here. So I guess we'll start here. What brought you to the insurance industry to begin with?
Sure. So I found the insurance industry because one of my colleagues that I was working two jobs when I found the insurance industry. And one of my colleagues was telling me, he's like, hey, I'm leaving where we are at a high-end gym to try this insurance thing. And I said, show me how you get paid.
There you go.
Show me show me the compensation structure, show me everything.
Show me the money.
Exactly. Show me how much money. And I was thinking, I'm almost 30. I wanted to build a career for myself, and I just didn't see the personal training thing long term. Even though I love health and fitness, I still love it, but I just knew that the market was really saturated, and it was just so hard to scale that business. And I got into the insurance industry not knowing anything at all. I took my test like a couple of weeks before COVID hit to get my license. And then COVID hit. And I actually remember packing up my old apartment and listening to a podcast you were on about COVID and how you were running your business and how you were still getting out in the field. And I built my whole business during COVID.
Yeah.
I was going to people's houses. I was sitting on porches. I was sitting on the back of pickup trucks. I live in Texas, so I was out in the middle of nowhere, farms, and getting it done.
Wow, that's really cool. You know, it's interesting with COVID when you think about it. So many businesses ended, obviously, or will never be the same, and they're trying to get back. In our industry, it's like Sean, kind of stopped for a second, looked at it, and said, all right, like, this is what we do. We'll change it a little bit, but we're still going to do it. We'll be socially responsible. And I remember that time I was just like, I have to pay my bills and my mortgage just keeps coming. So I'm going to go figure out a way. And lo and behold, I probably protected more families at that time, that stretch of months at that point.
Yeah, my gym got shut down. So I was thinking, I have to make this work. I have to pay my rent. I have to live. So I just went out there, and when your back is against the wall is when you do the best, I think.
I would agree with that. I think, I was not happy when the gyms closed. That was definitely not fun. I was running outside every day.
I can tell you're a big guy. I can tell you live there.
I remember running outside every morning, and I'm like, can somebody just please like throw a free weight out the window that I could use at this point or something? But that's actually really cool because if you think about it, things happen for a reason, which I think was a big theme of convention. Everybody had a story. Everybody had an adversity, which was great. So it's really cool that you kind of got started doing this. Now, did you have an entrepreneurial background in your raising where you said hey, I want to have a business, or not really?
No, not at all. Both of my parents, just blue collar, working class people, work really hard for not a lot of money their whole life. They always fought about money. It was, typical stuff. And I just remember thinking to myself that when I'm older and I have a family and things like that, I want it to be a non-issue. Like, it wasn't the money that is attractive to me, it's the freedom that it comes with. And with all the stuff going on in the country right now, I just want to build my business as fast as I can, so whatever happens is I'm going to be prepared and I'm going to be able to take care of my family.
That's awesome. And when you got into insurance, you saw it for selling personally, going out, being able to control that. And then you saw right away, like the side of growth building and business building.
Well, actually, the first 6 months, my guy that brought me on, well, he quit, and probably 7 months in. And
what did you do to the poor guy?
I didn't do anything to him. I was just producing more than him.
That's what you did.
No, we were producing about the same, but they were telling me, hey, do you want to build? Do you want to build? And I was like, no, I just want to sell. Like, I don't want to have an agency. I just want to make money. And it wasn't until probably 4 months ago, probably 5 months ago, that I was thinking to myself, okay, I really need to get this done. Like, this is where I can not produce and still be okay. If something happens to me, my family's still going to be okay, because you're building a sustainable business that runs without you.
Good point. So now we went to a Road to Integrity meeting today, which was incredible. And you just talked about kind of the first step that you had to take when you made that decision. So for people here that are selling or just looking to come on and looking to build a business, what was your first step?
My first step to wanting to build a business?
Yeah, like what was the first things you did?
Well, I hired staff.
There you go.
Even when I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to hire my staff. And I hired her anyways. And I found a way to go out and make the money. The thing is when you only have you to answer to, we're not very good to ourselves, right? But then when you have this other person that you bring on and they're a single mom and they have a kid and you're responsible for supporting that person, it lights a fire underneath you. So I think that's the big thing that people should take away. Even at the meeting, it's Sean's so excited, and it's not because he's getting anything. It's because he's seen people get to where he got to go, and that's more exciting for him than when he got to do it.
Yeah, 100%. Now, when you're looking for your first staff, was it a warm market thing? Was it somebody you knew? Was it cold market?
ZipRecruiter.
Okay.
Local. I hired her locally because I wanted her to be able to come to me occasionally and train. I wanted to be able to see her and interact with her. So, but I was a mess. I'm still a mess.
Oh,
like figuring out the business. And when you hire first staff, I'm so thankful for her that she was so patient. She was a mess too. We were both a mess, and we figured out how to not be a mess. And now we're more cohesive, and we have processes, and we're learning and growing together, which is really, really phenomenal.
Yeah, that's great. And you work on an awesome team. You guys have, Nina and Hayden and Grady and Andrew. Like, you just have so many winners.
Amazing.
How do you manage that? I'm sure reaching out and reaching up and getting some guidance there.
Well, at first I wasn't very good at it. I'm still learning to be better at it. And it's so crazy because I tell my agents that I work with, that I bring on, call me, please call me. You're bothering me if you don't call me. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And when you learn how to do something, you're like, oh, I got it. But I don't got the business building side. Like, I'm still maneuvering and learning my way through it. So I'm reaching out to them more. But what I do is I take a piece of their advice and then I say, okay, let me implement this little piece that they gave me and then go back for more. Like, let me bite off what they told me to chew and fix it in my business and like implement it. And then I have the right to be like, okay, I did this. Like, what's next?
Yeah.
That's
Love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So now you beat me for most places lived. I thought I lived in a lot. And then you went down the list, because I'm like New York, Philly, Tennessee, Florida. So 4, probably 11 moves in 4 places. But give me the rundown of your total movement of your life.
Okay. Born in Colorado, lived in Germany when I was very, very young. I have 2 sisters. We were all born in different countries. My father is ex-military. And so Germany, then back to Ohio. Then from there, I moved to Wyoming, South Carolina, and then Texas.
Okay. And like to travel.
I love to travel. Love it.
Okay.
And what's cool is you can have your license in all the states and travel anywhere you want and work anywhere you want.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. Like, how do you manage the month? Like, do you say, hey, I'm going to go 2 trips? Is it specific spots? Obviously, you have leads in different areas. Like, how do you typically maneuver it?
So I predominantly run my business in Texas, and then I go to Hawaii occasionally. And then I plan on, when I find someone that's, hey, I'm in this, I'm going to go there, like, within the upcoming months and go run some business with them, like new agents. So it's basically my lead flow.
Yeah, got it. Now, how is running in Hawaii? Because, like, I'm in on that.
Yeah.
If I could get, if my wife could, like, my wife would go. Like, if we didn't have the 2 little ones, we'd probably be there. How was that?
It's good. I was getting up at like 4:30 to take business calls, though, because it's so far.
Yeah.
It's so early there when it's late here. So you have to be up really, really early, which I don't mind. I get up early anyways. And it's really cool. I get up and take a couple of recruiting calls and do some yoga and some dials, and then run out there, then drive around the island and see clients.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And then you have a little fun when you're there, I'm assuming, too.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. My sister had to take my phone away from me, though. She's like, get off your phone.
Yeah, and, like, enjoy, like, the waterfall that's right next to you or whatever.
Well, I actually left my phone at home for one whole day.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a treat, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long is that flight?
8 hours from Houston, direct. It is a long, long flight, and I'm assuming that it'd be further from here.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe 12 hours travel time.
Yeah, I think typically they say, like, fly to, like, California and then do it or something.
But with regards to running business in Hawaii, if you don't have someone there, like, I have family, so it's very cost effective for me to go, right? Like, I don't have to rent a car. I don't have all these other overhead expenses, so I don't recommend, like, if you're a new agent and you're hearing this, hey, let me just go buy crap ton of leads, old leads out of the CRM and run in Hawaii. That's going to be harsh for you. But, if you want to go and maybe break even, you could do that.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. So, social media. You do a lot on social media, recruiting, finding a lot of people. What are some of your tips to find people to bring onto your team through social media?
Well, I'm also just dabbling in that, but I do get people off of my Instagram, and a tip is that I don't manage it all myself. I have someone that's, helping me with my social media, and I'm posting, and she's also posting, so it's like we're tag teaming it. It's really hard to do everything yourself. I mean, I know you try, and you do a pretty good job at it. You do a pretty good job at it, but it's really hard to do yourself. So just the normal stuff that's out there. I mean, you can go to any of, like, Nina and Hayden's training. I mean, they're just monsters at that skill set of recruiting from a social media standpoint. They have gotten incredibly good at it. So if any of you all are interested in learning that, I would definitely go check out their content. I'm no expert, but I can tell you what I've recently been doing, which is just making sure that I'm reaching out to other sales positions, not only people that are in the insurance world, people that are in the car industry, or, roofing or pest control, following them, starting a conversation with them, liking their stuff, just really organic in a natural way. If a compliment feels forced, then you probably shouldn't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just try to be the most genuine you can in your approach. So
Makes sense.
I'll let you know in the next couple of months if I grow up
Yeah.
and I can come back out, and
Absolutely.
I'll let you know how it goes.
We'll do the board member edition with you.
I hope so.
Right?
Yeah.
We can do it together.
Yeah, seriously.
Right? So, we go to this Road to Integrity meeting, and we have this amazing opportunity here to build this business, to partner with a private equity company in integrity. Obviously, I'm assuming that's a goal as well for you. What were some takeaways from today's meeting? And for anybody who's just looking at FFL to say, hey, like, I can build this business and then partner with a major conglomerate like Integrity, what were some of your takeaways today?
A Dang it, I should have brought my notes in here if I knew I was going to be quizzed. Well, it's just always so incredible to listen to Sean speak.
Yeah.
I'm so captivated when he's
Absolutely.
speaking because he just has so much life experience in this industry. I mean, 15 years is insane. And he reads people like a book. So my biggest takeaways is that you need to work harder than your employees, and you need to work harder than your agents if you want to get to integrity. Like, you need to be the best person, and you can't say, I want you to sell a lot of business if you don't know how to sell a lot of business. Just like you can't hire a recruiter if you don't know how to recruit. And that was my biggest takeaway for me. Something that I'm going to hopefully implement going forward is possibly getting a dialer so I can take that chunk off my plate, because I've hired 2 recruiters and I've fired them because I think, honestly, I'm the problem. Like, I don't know how to be super efficient in my recruiting approach, so I need to become efficient in that, just like I became efficient in selling. So I think that was my biggest takeaway that I'm going to take, is I need to work harder. I need to be the best I can, because there are people that are counting on us.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. And that's when you succeed, is that it doesn't become about you anymore.
100%.
That's what I really took away from it.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I also thought identifying leaders and not wasting time with people that are not doing anything.
Oh, yeah, I've done that.
We've all done that, and we all
yeah.
try and reach out to people that are just, they are what they are. And you know what? A lot of times, like, if you're doing what you're doing and you're happy doing it and you're writing a little bit, like, God bless you. Like it'll all add up into, as long as it's good business, like, it's all good. I thought that was a big thing for me, just looking for more people. A big thing, and it was a stupid thing, like I should know already, was reaching out to 100 people consistently every single week. And as I look over week, I'm like, do I do that? No. Like 20, 25, 30, maybe 15 some weeks. I thought that was big.
Yeah, totally. I think that I was trying to hire away my problem. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, I was just thinking, I'll just go out in the business and run a lot of business and pay for it. It's fine. Like, I don't care. But I need to become better at that skill set and then hire someone to do it.
Very good point. Now, you're very, from what it seems, from what I know of you, very, like, even-keeled, calm, cool, collected.
Yeah.
Is that a facade? How do you manage sometimes the roller coaster that we are all on? Just in entrepreneurship, in this business, it is not easy every day. How do you manage that?
Well, I've had a lot of jobs, right? And I've come into contact with a lot of different types of personalities. And when you are not even keel, because I have been in the past, when I was younger, actually I have had a pretty bad temper. And
no.
I did.
I don't believe it.
I did. I really did. If you ever meet my mom, she'll tell you. But it just doesn't help the situation.
Yeah.
So I try to think to myself now, is my reaction helping the situation or stunting what I'm trying to accomplish in this situation? So I just find it better and more productive to be even keel and what is the word I'm looking for? Practical.
Yeah.
Like having a temper and being ridiculous and getting upset and stuff like that doesn't help you. It doesn't help anybody.
Very true.
Yeah.
So now, as you look forward, just coming off convention, we're now, right into the thick of things with the new year, we'll call it. What are some things that you see on the horizon for you and your team that maybe like wasn't going on 3 months ago, 2 months ago, like some of the things that you have moving forward that are going to really take you to the next level?
Well, I think that I've finally found some people within my organization that want to run with me. That's the big takeaway. I have a couple of guys that are very, very promising, one gal as well. So I think that I need to be devoting, more of my time on them. Before, like you said, we were trying to I was trying to touch everyone.
Yeah.
Like 30 people all the time and try to help them when they don't honestly deserve for me to be working that hard to try to get into contact with them because they don't care as much as I do, which is fine. But I didn't realize that. I said, this is what I need to do to get everybody going. I need to get everybody going. I need to do this. But it's really a them situation. They need to get themselves going, and you need to be just a tool in their tool basket. So that's what I really think moving forward, and I am seeing growth. So I've had a 30K bump in production from 2 months ago because I've been just utilizing actually this is really helpful. My admin, she schedules lead strategy phone calls.
Yeah.
She'll schedule an initial one and just a 5-minute overview, talk to them, get to know them a little bit better. How's contracting? You're good at contracting. Cool. When that's done, then we set up a long call that's 30 minutes where I'm really diving into why they want to do this, what does their time structure look like, what are you trying to accomplish, and being more stern, hey, if you're not working, I'm not working either.
Right.
And I'm not going to chase you down.
That's right.
And I was before. So I think that is really awesome. So I'm thinking that I'm just going to focus on, those 3 to 4 people that are really running hard and just give them all of my attention, all my resources, and everybody else can come find me.
I love that because we waste too much time on people that they just drain you.
So draining.
And there's no need for it. I mean, if you're not going to put in the work, I'm sorry, this is the greatest gift probably. If I said to you, hey, how has your life changed financially, comfortability wise? I would safe to say probably, speak for itself.
It's 1,000% different. I look at it like this. My admin made a mistake the other day. She booked the wrong flights. Cost me $1,500 to change.
Fun.
$1,500, and I was like, man, it sucks. But if that happened before when I was a personal trainer or when I was bartending, that would have been a major issue.
Right.
And it's so debilitating. Small problems are debilitating when you don't have the resources to deal with them. And I just think how what an incredible position that we're in, that we're able to just spend $1,500 like that to fix an issue. Or I can fly my mom to come see me or wherever she wants to. I can pay for her flights now, or just little stuff like that is just so incredible. And I love it.
Yeah, and it's, money's not everything, but it definitely gives you ability to do things for others, for your team, buy time, family, that you just wouldn't be able to do if you're willing to put in the work.
And it's a lot of work. Let me
That's
tell
right.
you, it is a lot of work. And I'm super upfront when I talk to people. I try to scare them away, honestly, now.
Yep.
Hey, this is not easy. You can make great money if you're a hard worker and you listen and you don't hold on to your ego.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you. You're definitely giving me a lot of insight of things that I need to do better, for sure, to grow. And it was awesome to have you here at this meeting today and for this. So I thank you.
Yeah, it was a pleasure coming in. So spontaneous.
Right?
It's the best.
See that? The best things happen. So next time I'm down in Houston, we'll have to do one there.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate you and thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right. Be good, guys. See you guys next week.